So you want to move like Fade, huh? Well, there's many ways. Well, simply put, you can't. And that's okay, because we're going to figure out how we can get as close to Fade-like movement as possible on console and controller. And to get first things first, you cannot tap strafe on controller if you want to feel, or I wouldn't say controller. On PC controller you can tap strafe, but on console, PS4, Xbox, whatever, you can't tap strafe at all. See me, I'm on PS4, but the closest thing to tap strafe is like I play Horizon and I do like that. That's the closest thing, and it's pretty like irrelevant compared to tap strafing, but you know it's still pretty good. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. So in this video we're gonna go over a lot of different movements, like a lot. We're gonna go over the basics like double zip jumping to like zip dancing to like, I don't know, we could do mantle slides, like when you mantle and then you slide out with a jump. We'll do super glides, which is a lot harder but more useful in my opinion. We'll do, if I can get it, we'll do mantle jumps, the new movement tech where you grab a ledge and shite like that, and then you re-grab and you do a double zip jump. Very difficult, like nearly impossible on controller, or at least very difficult. I've only done it like once or twice. So, first things first, we'll do wall jumps. Wall jumps are simple and easy. We'll go to the walls. So, as you know, you can climb in this game. You can climb, right? And you stick to the wall when you climb, and you can go left a little bit, you can go right a little bit, you can go straight up, and like mantle. Okay, we all know climbing's a thing. But you know how you stick to the wall a little bit? You saw, like instead of just like jumping and falling, I stuck to the wall a little bit. I stuck. So instead of holding forward when you're stuck to finish the climb, you can stick to the wall. You stick to the wall, and then you let go of any forward input, and then you immediately press jump when you stick. And that's called a wall jump. And so wall jumps are really useful. You can, one, it's just faster than like, say you're just like slide jumping to rotate. If you're like by a long wall such as this is faster than slide jumping. Just like sliding and then jumping, you could wall jump. And the reason I'm playing Horizon for this is just easier to strafe into all the movements. Say if I like played Octane. Octane's also a favorite because the speed boost, like favorite for all movement because the speed boost carries into like any and all movement. So Octane's a favorite for like many wall jumpers. Horizon's just my favorite personally on console because her strafe's a lot stronger than anyone else in the game. And it's just a lot harder to play than, it's a lot harder to play than Horizon. Horizon's just fun and more, you feel more freely. You also feel more like a PC player the way you can like strafe and shit. But right, like Octane's a favorite. My personal favorite overall is Wraith and Pathy. Because Wraith, her 10% speed increase from her Wraith carries into movements. And it's really handy, especially with her new like speed buff with her port, where she's like the fastest legend in the game when she uses her ultimate. Also Pathy, if you want to do something a lot trickier, you can carry the momentum from a grapple into a wall jump. Like, let's see if I can get one here. Into a slide. A little something like that. And you go like very far, very fast, and it's very useful for momentum. It's also very hard to shoot you when you wall jump. I mean, a lot of people expect it now, but back when it was first introduced, it was like, oh, he's just gonna hit the wall, maybe climb. But now you can go out. Say like they expect me to climb up, and I just go like that and turn the attack around on him, and now he's under fire. And yeah, so that's wall jumping. We'll go into some subcategories, which is my favorites. You know, subcategories, love those. There's no movement wall jumps. The easiest setup is you start with a crouch. You jump, uncrouch, okay? You jump, uncrouch, and it's the same concept as a regular wall jump. Jump, uncrouch, stick to a wall, jump off. And you let go of the movement input. So, crouch, jump, uncrouch, stick to the wall by pressing forward, like that. And then let go forward, and then you press jump. So this. And this is very useful, because like, say like this is a kid, right? That's a kid. Oh no, we're fighting. And then they go behind like cover. Let's say they go behind there, and they're just head glitching me. Well, I'm just gonna do that instead of like, oh, I have to get a full slide from a no moving position, and unless you do a fade slide. So this, you can't get a slide just like from a standstill, you can't get a slide. But if you fade jump, this is another thing we'll go over later, but if you fade jump, oh, we're head glitching. I can't slide out immediately. I shoot, I holster, I uncrouch, crouch, and it gives me a slide. So the whole point of that is the game for some reason recognizes when you're holding a weapon the speed difference, or your speed maximum capacity. It's weirder, because when you uncrouch it's higher, we all know that, you holster weapons to run faster. But it also changes the, like, the withholdings of your, like, when you can slide or not. So when my gun's out, I can't just uncrouch slide. I have to uncrouch, get a slight run up, then slide. But if I holster, say like shoot, holster, uncrouch, crouch, and you get a full slide instead of like a dead slide like you normally would. And that's fade sliding. We'll go over that more in depth later. And no movement wall jumps. This is the easiest setup. They also have jump fatigue wall jumps, I think they call it, where you jump into it, like you jump stick and you climb like a little bit and then jump. The setup's a lot more inconsistent, I find. I feel like there are ways to do it more consistently, but this is the way I learned. It's just a lot more consistent for me. Just crouch, uncrouch, jump. Sure, it's like a little more tedious, but it's worth it considering it's more consistent. And next we'll go over wall running wall jumps. This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing in the game. So you jump and slide. So you know how you stick to a wall and you just like let go? Well, if you're coming in from like at an angle and you slide into it and you hold a direct left or right input, so like direct left or right, you can stick and then climb and you still get a full wall jump. And we'll, speaking of which, full wall jumps and half wall jumps, or like dead wall jumps. If you jump and you go down, that's a dead wall jump. It's only called a dead wall jump because you don't go higher. Like you don't go higher like this, which can give you like another full slide. But dead wall jumps can still be useful. Say like dead wall jump, if you jump out of it, it gives you enough momentum, like get another slide. Like this. That was a full wall jump. That was a jump fatigue. I don't know how I did that, but I did. That's a dead wall jump. It sends you straight down instead of up. But, you know, it's less useful because like if I wanted to get up there, I just like strafe back into it like that. Oh, well, that was a bad one. We'll do like that. And we'll go over that next, but first wall run wall jumps. So you slide in and you press forward to stick, and then you hold left or right to go. And when you start to slow down, you should probably jump or it'll give you a dead wall jump. And so you don't go that much farther, but it's just a lot cooler. Like you feel like Spider-Man a little bit, because you're just like that, and you can, instead of like insta jumping, you're like, oh, insta jump, wee, I could wall jump, oh, wall jump. You could do that, and it's a lot fancier. It's got that finesse to it, and I'm in love with it, and it's my favorite. But yeah, out of all these wall jumps, you can do something, well, especially with Horizon, you can strafe back onto the wall. So like, say you want to get on this, instead of like climbing it, you could just do this. You can just wall jump back onto it. It's handy. It's a little faster. It's like, especially on higher like ledges. Like there's none really in the training range unless like you're over here. But like if you wanted to get on top of this, you could just, oh well, there was a little jut out. If you wanted to get on top of like this, instead of just climbing it, you could do like, okay, that's a little low, but you know, you see what I'm getting at. You can like strafe back into it. I know on PC you can do, it's a little harder on console unless you're Horizon. You can wall jump, slide back, and get another wall jump like that, and you can chain them like that. And it's very useful, and it's super fast. It's super fast, super like technically accurate, but it's super fun. I definitely recommend for any controller player wanting to learn movement. Wall jumps, dude. Wall jumps are the way to do it. And that should be it on the wall jump category. We'll go more into like wall interactions in a little bit when we do super glides and pencil slides. But yeah, that's it for walls for now. And capiche. Now on to, I think we'll do zips next. Hey. Okay. Moment you've all been waiting for. Zip lines. Zip lines are one of FAIDE's most recognizable movements. and you can actually do nearly all of them on console. Especially like the basic double zip jump. So a normal zip jump, you go that far out. A double zip jump, you go that far out. Very big difference. So the difference mainly being, okay. The difference mainly being, it gives you a jump. For some reason the game's like, oh, you get a free jump off of that. And it gives you like a full jump height. Like you just jumped off the zipline again. But, how to do it. So how to do it, so you know how when you zip jump you interact to jump. Simple, right? Simple. Very simple. So to double zip jump, you interact and double tap jump. That's super simple. It's very fast, and the timing, you can't go too fast, you can't go too slow. It's very much a timing thing. I say start off slow and slowly get faster until you're consistent. See me, I've done it literally probably every day I've played Apex. Like anytime there's a zip line, I can't help but do it. I kind of have an addiction. So you just interact and double jump. Okay, and now we're gonna go over zip dancing, which is, we'll do a regular jump and reconnect. That's zip jumping, zip dancing. So to zip dance, you interact and before you jump or while you jump, hold backwards. So on controller, you're just holding your stick back. And I guess on keyboard, you could fucking hold S, but if you're on keyboard, you can just tap straight back into it because you're cool like that. But on controller, you can hold backwards on your movement stick, and then you jump, turn really fast, and press interact. Like that. And so the interact prompt won't always be, it's definitely a feel thing, and like it's definitely like muscle memory for me. And there's a way to zip jump 3 times, but it's like that. It's super, the timing's super finicky for me at least. But yeah, that's double zip jumping. Zip jumping is like really fun. And I probably won't be able to hit one now, but they also have mantle jumping where you climb a ledge, you go backwards, you look up, and it resets your double zip jump. And you can only do the double zip jump off of the floor. So if I'm on the zip line, it won't let me do a double zip jump. Like I could try it like right now. It won't let me, right? So a lot of movement gods on keyboard and mouse, of course, figured out that you could,
let's go over
so
there.
when you mantle like this, and like when you're stuck on the ledge like this, and you can see you're like this resets your floor, like your character's like floor detection, so you get your jumps. You get double zip jump again. So basically, this is equivalent to me standing on the floor and doing a double zip jump. For some reason. I don't know why. But when you're doing it, when you're climbing, and you look like down or up and re-interact, there's like a couple frames, I don't even think that much, where you can re-double zip jump. And it's super hard. I've only done it again like 2 or 3 times. Super finicky. Very useful though. There was one. That was one.
Oh, that was something else I wanted to say. Because I was like, yeah, I didn't think I know what I wanted to say.
Right there. Oh my god, I actually did it. But yeah, no. Very cool. I vote. But I can't tap strafe out of it. It's only really useful if you can tap strafe because like there's not much more use than just actually just doing this. Like just climbing all the way up and just turning and doing a regular double zip jump. But it's very much just a showboat thing. A lot of people don't expect it if you like, oh, I hear him coming up zip, and you just come out of it like an absolute demon. But yeah, that's mantle jumping. Super finicky. Worth learning on console, maybe in the future. Or maybe if you're really good at it, it's worth learning. But for now, you could like stick to basics and you'll be just fine. And yeah, that's that should be, oh yeah, just real quick, so you don't get confused. You can do this on both types of zip lines. And there's a couple different techniques. There's also, what they call it when it first got found, elite jumping. If you double zip jump and press interact fast enough, you can get a 3rd jump out of it. It's super hard and not really worth it, to be honest, because you also just waste one of your zips. So when you're on a zip, you can only grab it 3 times before it doesn't let you anymore. Like that. Until you hit the ground. Like that. That was pretty much one. Like you can see the prompt come up for a second. It's super like annoying, to be honest. It's not really worth learning in my opinion, but you know, teach his own. Like it's not very useful. It only sends you up like an extra meter Like, you see this? Oh, if it'll let me do it. That's how much it sends you up rather than just this. This. Yeah, it doesn't send you up that much higher, but I don't know, teach them on. But yeah, you can do it on both, and this you can like, so say like you shoot, you can usually get a free reload out of this, because you can like just drop. And I'll be back after I answer this call. Okay, strafing. Okay, y'all are gonna hate me. You can't really tap strafe. Like, the strongest strafe you can do is a 90-degree turn. And the way to do that, it's even still, it's finicky on console. As you're moving forward and you slide, hold left, and then rotate your sticks in tandem. So like if I'm looking forward, I'm holding left. If I look this way, I'm holding like back left. And if I look this way, I'm holding backwards. And you can get a full 90-degree turn, something like, okay, that was a bad one. Something like, okay, something like this. Well, that's even a bad one. See, like I said, finicky on console, it's like, it only really matters if you're going slow. Like, that was a decent one. There's ways to do it fast, but again, it's not really worth knowing. That's like, if you wanna play like with strafes, you play Horizon, or even Valk. Maybe even Vantage if you wanna do like echo trick shots. But yeah, if you wanna do like 90-degree turns for easily, you literally just play Horizon. You can hold right, and if you do the trick, you can like literally tap strafe like that. It's, and like there's a, so the whole point of tap strafing is like you're putting multiple movements in different directions, and that's pretty much what the whole spinny thing is. You like hold left, then backwards, then back right, then right, and then forward. The whole thing is just you're putting as many movement keys into one direction as possible. The thing is with Horizon, it kind of reduces that number by half. So it's very, like, if you want to play with strafes and like make your movement a lot crisper and cleaner, you can just play Horizon. Also, a reason I like Horizon, you can do this on all characters. Like, I'll show you Octane. I went over this a little bit in wall jumping, but you can jump and strafe into like a wall jump. So like I could be going like straight on this wall, and then I hold left fully, and then I just tap forward. So I go left fully, tap forward, then wall jump. So like there's ways to strafe into things. It's like strafing is not really useful on console, but you know, it helps to know. Like you can still do like it just depends, you know. It's very situational strafing. If you're Horizon, you should be strafing all the time. There's no excuse. There's no reason to like not be going around cover like this. On to like more strafing. You can heal while strafing. Let me switch to a blue and then, oh wait, I could just grab a nade. Alright. So you can heal while strafing. It's a little if, you know. But like if I wanted to heal while strafing, I could do like, on Horizon it's super easy. You can get 1-2 jump, 1-2 jump, and you slowly turn. There is a perfect degree. You're holding perfect left and perfect right while you're sliding. And this'll, like you can see how it like perfectly smoothly goes. That's the perfect angle to be heel strafing at. And you see with Octane you don't really need to worry, okay, not Octane. With Octane you don't really have to worry about that.
Being rescued.
I need to hold more nades. But with Octane you don't really have to worry about that because you can simply, his speed boost just negates any and all detriments to his like speed while healing. So I could just do this all day just because I'm stimming. And I can get the whole Phoenix off pretty much. But yeah. But if you're Horizon, it's a little easier. We'll do it with Wraith just to prove that like you don't need to. But it definitely helps to know. Like especially if I'm like right here and I'm getting shot in the back and I want to pop a bat or something. You just get so much more behind cover rather than, oh no, I need to heal, let me just. Oh well, that was a good one actually. But like if you pop it first,
I'm hurt. Using a Phoenix
and like that, and you dead slide, you're still gonna get shot. But if you do like this, that was a bad one. Hold on, give me a second, boys. I'm sorry.
I'm hurt. Using a Phoenix kit.
Okay, that was a bad one too. But you get the point. Okay, I'm just a little rusty. I haven't even played a game yet today. I just was like, I want to record this video. They also have B hopping, which is you hold your crouch. Okay, I'll say this right now. You should be holding hold to crouch on controller and like everything. It's just a lot more handy and it's a lot more useful. So you have B hopping, which is just bunny hopping, you're just running, which that really helps to carry momentum easily. Like if you want to carry as much momentum as possible and you have like perfect timing, you're gonna want to just like regular B hop because it carries the most speed. But if you want to like have a little bit of freedom, you slide hop, and slide hopping is a lot more useful in my opinion because you can turn corners. You're basically holding like direct left or direct right, perfectly turning and pressing jump every single time you hit the ground. So slide hopping, in my opinion, is if you're not doing it on a controller, you're losing every game. Like it just makes sense. But slide hopping, you can't really like slow down to a dead stop unless you hit a wall, and you can strafe like everywhere. With Horizon, slide hopping is absolutely insane. But like regular B hopping is the best. Like if I wanted to like grapple and then heal, I'd be regular B hopping. Like if I went like this, see how much more speed I carried over for so much longer. If you slide, you lose like half that speed instantly, and you go to like this at once, like instantly. So if you like just fresh grappled, you should B hop twice and then slide, because not only do you get like a full slide, you also carry as much momentum into that slide as possible. You go insane distances. So like if you want to like maximize efficiency of a grapple, 1, 2, slide, and like you make it insane distances, like a lot more than a regular grapple would. I'm trying to think. I didn't really plan this video. I'm kind of just recording to record. You can B hop out of everything, pretty much every ability. B hopping, it's more effective the more speed you put in. So if you're Octane, you're B hopping, you're just outspeed everything. If you came out of a grapple, you start B hopping, you carry some of the speed from the grapple, like a ult grapple. This too, just went over this. So you can't tap straight from controller. It sucks, I know. Get a computer. I'm working on it. I do like being movement guru on controller though. But yeah, if you want to play like Fade, you need to learn the basics, especially wall jumping. But yeah, I'm gonna do mantle interactions now, which are the best in my opinion. FAIDE, mantle interactions. So these differ. They have 3 main lines you can do. You have the regular mantle, you have the mantle jump, where you jump out of it, and you can finish that with a slide. And you slide, and you go pretty far, yeah. But what FAIDE has been doing recently, you know, FAIDE nerd, I've been watching a little bit of his videos. He slides out of it and then jumps, because you get like more control out of your movement and whatnot. Or what was really popular for a while was super gliding. I can't really super glide while on Pathy, he's just too tall. That's a super glide. So when there's a frame, there's one frame while you're mantling where your character sticks up. You can see like my screen jitter as I'm climbing. At the very top of my climb, the second I get up here, you hold jump and slide, or on controller, your crouch button, and you get what's called a super glide. And the whole point of a super glide is that it combines the speed of your slide right off the ledge. Like it combines this speed. Okay. It combines this speed with the fact that you're not touching the ground and losing momentum. So the whole like thing of a super glide is you're not losing much of anything, any momentum at all, except when you hit the ground again. So it's one of the fastest movements in the game. Character abilities like Octane, Stim, and Wraith's Wraith ability carry super glides further, depending on the speed boost. That was an awful one. But yeah. So Wraith
for the right choice.
As Wraith, if you want to get out of like certain situations, especially on Storm Point, super gliding while you're in Wraith is very handy. That was a bad one, but you get the point. You go further. It like you get more speed because of like the obvious speed increase. I'm trying to think of like anything specific. You can super glide backwards if you can turn while super gliding. You can also super glide in any direction except backwards. You can super glide direct left, direct right, and anywhere in between. But you cannot go backwards, because if you try to slide backwards, you do this. But you can, however, turn during a super glide and super glide in that direction. It's a little more finicky, but it's way more useful. So say like a person's behind me. It's very difficult. You're gonna have to give me a minute. Oh my god. I'm shitting the bag. Hold on. Okay, you get the point. You get the point. I have a clip of it somewhere on my channel. In my last movement guide. You can see it there, but it's super difficult. Honestly, you don't really need a super glide backwards. If you want to go backwards, you play someone different, simply put. But yeah, that's all the basics. There's also like punch boost covering, like that. Like when you punch boost, you get a certain boost when you're off the ground. Like, okay, I'm gonna melee and then I'm not gonna touch my movement stick at all. I'm gonna melee and then jump right before my melee lands. You get a punch backwards, so you can couple this with right before you hit the ground, you punch, or right before your punch lands, you jump, and then you strafe around the corner, you get a full slide out of it, like that. And it's very like semi-useful. It's not very useful in all honesty, but I think it's like a cool little interaction. Like punch boosting semi still in the game. Like say you're like here and I'm shooting this guy. Like it's not really as good as the Fade slide. The only caveat is or the only like good thing about it is you don't have to holster your weapon, and there's no setup. You can just instantly. There's less control, sure, but I don't know. It's a little more stylish, you know? And that's what every Fade viewer is going for, a little bit of style. Especially if you're watching this video. You're a little desperate that you can't move and tap strafe. But again, you want air control, play Ryzen. Like, it's a no-brainer. You want to play zip jump roulette, you play literally anyone. You can do any of the zip jumps on any character. Hell, I'll do it on fucking Gibby.
Here comes Gibraltar.
Like, imagine seeing this like destroy you in a pub. If you're like in a pub and you see a zip jumping Gibby, that's fucking horrifying. And yeah, you can super glide off of player structures too. I'll throw that out there. You can super glide off of rampart shields. You can give yourself like a super glide platform. You can super glide. I want to say you can still super glide off of caustic traps. I don't think you can climb on them anymore though. No, you can't. All right. So ignore that last bit. You can super glide off of Newcastle's ultimate, lifeline care package. Can you climb on Rev's ult? I don't know. I don't really play Rev. All right, leave me be. I will say one thing real quick, just as like a final tip. Rev sucks for moving. You can't really wall jump as Rev because his climb buff kind of like negates any and all like height you would get out of it. So like I could get like a perfect super jump, like wall jump, and that's as high as it will send me. And just to prove I'm not coping, I'll play fucking Octane. So like Rev's good because he can climb, but ooh, I might say this for a different video. I'll give you all a sneak peek though. So yeah, you can climb corners. Like you know that whole wall running thing. You can do it as a Rev, but you can climb corners. You can do it on anyone, but you can climb corners, but it's just Rev has the most control. Like you can do. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. That's for a later video. I'm working on it. Working out the kinks. But off the corner wall jumps on console are coming soon. I promise. But yeah, that'll do for the basic Fade guide on console and controller. You want to see anything specific? Let me know. If I left anything out that's major, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check me out live at twitch.tv/GabGabGames while I hopefully make it to Masters this season. I haven't really gotten the opportunity to play as much as I have lately, but you know, maybe I'll peak, maybe I won't. I really want to go for Masters, maybe shoot for Pred. I don't know, it'll just depend. If you like the video, like and sub. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. If you want to see anything specific, also let me know. And I think this will do. Make sure to check me out on Twitch. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know. I haven't done outros.